Hey there, it's Bakari. Just popping in to say we had to make some changes to our recording setup to accommodate all the guests this episode. And as a result, somehow we ran into some technical difficulties, and Ani and Charlie's voice track ended up all crackly for just the first few minutes. I believe it resolves around minutes, I think like 7.5 minutes into the episode. So if it bothers you a ton, you can just skip to that. We'll put a timestamp in the description or something. Otherwise, yeah, thanks so much for tuning in and enjoy.
Hold on. Hey, everybody.
Welcome
to Battle School Dropouts. Welcome to Battle School Dropouts. This is the show where we exclusively review the first 6 episodes of an anime. Hey, I'm Stew.
I'm Bakari.
I'm Bernadette.
I'm Ani.
I'm Charlie.
We got a big old crew today, and we're going to talk exclusively about the first 6 episodes of Zoids New Century. But before we get into that, hey, Charlie and Ani, how are you guys doing? And also, what's your embarrassing show?
Guilty pleasure,
Guilty
whatever.
pleasure. That's
whatever
what
you
it
feel
was.
like
Okay.
it should be, I guess.
Yeah, you can go either way on that one, I guess.
I'm doing great.
Great.
Doing wonderful. This is my first time being on pod with you guys.
Welcome to the
Indeed.
pod.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I really love coming of age stuff in general.
Yeah.
And like as far like teeny bopper stuff. I love teeny bopper stuff.
Sure.
And I have to say probably like my guiltiest was like the Carrie Diaries.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know it at
A
all.
little too deep for me,
Yeah,
I got it.
I don't know that anime.
with Anna Sophia Robb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yep.
I only watched one episode though.
It's good. It's fun. It also has Elvis.
Elvis?
Austin Butler.
Oh, Austin Butler, the man
Yeah.
who can't lose his accent and is in Dune 2.
Yes, that was pre Elvis. Pre the
He's
accent.
white?
Dune 2 was in before he did Elvis?
No. The Carrie Diaries.
Oh, okay.
Dune
Well,
2 is pre Elvis. You
I'm-
didn't fucking see that shit? What are you doing?
Wait,
You
Dune
didn't see
2? Are we talking about like the one that just got announced, or was there a sequel to the
And the one that just got announced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just want Elvis in Dune 2 is
Sure.
what I want.
Well, he's
Sorry.
stuck with the accent, so I think you're gonna get it.
I want it. I want it so bad.
I hate that I accidentally willed Elvis into an Oscars position by showing it to so many people.
Yeah.
I was like this movie's biggest supporter, and now it's like, oh no, people like this. I feel bad now.
Yeah, it's a weird ass movie that you.
Confusing, yeah,
But we all watched it. I mean, we all had a great time.
yeah.
It's all your fault, but you know.
It is
not-
all my fault.
I do have a little bit of disdain for you, Charlie, just because we watched it together, and then I saw in the Oscars, and I was like, Charlie, like I thought of
He did
you,
this.
and I didn't. I was mad.
This is a perfect topic. I mean, I like to think of myself at this point as having, on my 3rd episode, having established myself as like the most polarizing guest on.
you've really
Sure.
fucked up everything for everybody.
Yeah.
I
These guys have to put content warnings in front of my episode.
I gotta say, I really appreciate that. I gotta say, guys, like I decided to stop caring about the Oscars a little while ago, and I heard
Oh, it's a
Elvis
great
was up for the
decision.
Oscars,
Yeah.
and I have no clue how it did, if it was successful. Don't tell me. I don't care.
I don't know.
Oscars are a fucking
Yeah, I was about
waste.
to tell you.
Yeah, they suck.
They
Mhm.
did
Terrible
have
thing.
Terrible.
they
They're
did
not
do that
real.
RRR did win Best Song.
I was
though,
about to
and
say
they
that,
did
yeah.
that song.
Oh, okay.
So that was a good reason.
they
why.
did it live. They did it at the Oscars.
Brendan and I
That's
both
not
really wanted Elvis to lose, and then Austin Butler to do like a heel turn and just become really evil from that point forward.
He becomes Dark Elvis.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, Elvis 2, where he's just like killing people.
I mean, that's not far off from Elvis 1, except it was Tom Hanks confusedly killing.
I still don't understand what Tom Hanks was doing in that movie.
I like the scene where the government comes to him and it's like, you don't officially exist. And you're like, is this movie about Elvis? What is happening?
Right. Well, that and like that Elvis almost destroys a city by wiggling too much is
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
I mean, who
That-
among us, right?
My biggest those of you listening who haven't seen it, my biggest sell for this movie is that I was showing it to Stu, and he turned to me, possibly like 30 minutes into this movie, and said, "When does the movie start?" I'd be like, the whole thing is like this, man. It's like a trailer for like
Yeah.
2 hours. It's crazy.
It's disorienting.
Yeah.
yeah.
It moves so fast and so
It-
confusing.
It has trailer energy where it's just like, and I can kind of appreciate that. It's just like if it was 90 minutes, I could be like, okay, this was high energy, maybe too much for me, but that was impressive. But like the fact that it's like 2 hours long, I'm like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. You've worn me out, Elvis.
You've
Too
worn me
much.
out, Elvis.
With his wiggling.
4 conversations back, I got to get it on record that my embarrassing thing that I really like is 2.5 Men. Unabashed fan. Happy to watch it.
Do you feel like it got
Great show.
worse after what's his ass?
I don't even consider that part of the show once Charlie Sheen wasn't on it. Abusive monster Charlie Sheen.
Okay. You're
Oh, he
full
was.
Ashton Kutcher. He jumps on.
I'm a
Great.
denier, yeah. I mean, I do love the way, I don't know if you know this, but they don't just, because part of the thing was Charlie Sheen and the like showrunner, Chuck Lorre. Was it Hugh Laurie or Chuck Lorre?
I think it's
Hugh,
Yeah, Hugh Laurie
House
is
Hugh Laurie.
House.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Chuck
think it was
Lorre.
Stuart
no,
Little's dad, Hugh
it was-
Laurie.
I think it was huge Lori.
Yeah. But
Counterpart.
Huge.
anyways, Charlie Sheen got in a
Very much
fight with
him.
him, so they like murder the shit out of his character. He gets pushed in front of a train.
Wait, no,
And
actually
there are-
murder?
Yeah, no. And they like bury his remains, what little of him there is left, and talk about it. and
Holy
stuff.
shit.
No, it's crazy.
That fucking rules.
But that's the kind of show it is. It's extreme to its core, and that's what's so fascinating.
Okay.
Yeah, you've talked me into this now.
It's also
Is it
so
something
deeply nihilistic. Like it presents this idea that like anybody who cares about anything will be punished for it. And that's what John Cryer's character is all about. And then Charlie Sheen's character is like totally awful and just gets everything he wants, and that's like the core. And my other favorite part is the kid who just becomes super Christian partway through and like is fighting doing the show the whole time.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh,
not
the
show,
actor
right,
does.
Yeah, the
actor
actual
does.
child.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So you see him in
Oh.
less and less scenes. Yeah, so that's my big 2.5 Men speech.
How are
It's
you
a great
doing,
show.
though? You didn't say how you're doing.
Yeah.
I'd be
What?
doing better if I was watching 2.5 Men right now.
Reasonable.
Bakari, we're going around the bend.
Yes.
I'm going to try to make this a seamless cut. What's your show that you're deeply ashamed of the fact that you like?
I am ashamed of nothing, but
Is it Sonic?
I mean that's just such a gift. Like, of course, if anything, I'm ashamed that I haven't seen every episode of Sonic X yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't be ashamed of
Of course
liking Sonic.
Yeah, in no form am I ever. But I don't know. I guess like Family Matters maybe, but like again, it's not something I'm ashamed of. It's like it's the one I get the most. Like, really, you like Family Matters, you know? But yeah, Family Matters is great.
Yeah, I remember John
Julia
being
White. Yeah.
John being surprised that you were a Family Matters guy.
Yeah, he said the only
You had to have a white dad.
exactly. He
Yeah.
said I have to have a white dad to like Family Matters. It's like I've seen your dad.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Nothing is embarrassing. Not the
Yeah.
white dad thing. That was I love that perspective.
I like that perspective, having a white dad.
I like that.
I also like that perspective.
The other one, it's not a show, but the Big Fat Liar, Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, Paul Giamatti.
Oh man, I still haven't seen that entire movie.
You've never seen that? I've seen that movie.
No.
That is not a guilty pleasure. That's just a good movie.
That's cinema, right?
That's
there.
just
I fucking love that
taste.
movie.
Paul
God.
Giamatti rules.
Yeah, it's Paul
Oh
Giamatti.
yeah, that's right.
Julia
He's like
White's in it.
the
He is in
villain,
Faisal
right?
is in it, yeah. Yeah, so big fan of both of those.
Okay, those are
Yeah.
good. Those are good choices.
Yeah. Also, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm glad you're doing
yeah.
good. Yeah, it'd be
chilling.
Yeah, imagine like coming around the horn and just be like, "I'm doing terrible."
Yeah, I'm really depressed today, guys.
Honestly,
It's
this has been the worst day of my life. It's not good. I just don't want to be on this podcast. No, I'm having a great time.
yeah.
What's my guilty pleasure?
What is your guilty pleasure?
What is my guilty pleasure? It's Eat Man.
You don't like
No,
Eat
I'm
Man,
kidding.
though.
I don't like Eat Man. I don't know. I have really.
He called you out immediately.
Yeah, I couldn't even keep
That was
the
the
bit
most
going.
miserable
You don't like
episode of
it,
this
man.
fucking podcast.
I have really good taste, so it's really hard to have a guilty pleasure.
Understandable.
Damn.
I've been there.
It's
Damn, Ani
the,
just grilled him with that voice.
Yeah, damn, brutal. No, I think my guilty is. What's my
it's
guilty
the
pleasure?
Halo show.
Ani did a
right?
Tim Allen there for a
It's the
second.
Halo show, though.
Yeah, but that's what you're telling us.
What about- what
In
about-
actuality,
Can I take this moment to have
loved
can I get on my soapbox real quick? Don't watch the Halo show, even ironically. It's not fun.
Well,
I don't know why
watch
Stu's
it.
buying so much soap that he has like a box that he can stand on.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of soap.
I gotta stay clean because I have no bad opinions.
I got a box of
So,
soap
yeah.
at Sam's Club. It's like 16 bars or something.
That
Bars,
lasts
It's
you
not really
years.
much to stand on. Yeah.
You got the Irish Spring.
I got it might
Dove?
be Irish Spring actually. It might
yeah,
be. Yeah.
they sell bulk of that.
Yeah.
Stu,
Not a very big box, though.
I just hang on. Sorry, I just might know what your guilty pleasure is, and it's because I wanted to watch Shadow and Bone with you as like, oh, let's make fun of it because it looks so corny. And if for those of you listening, it's it's some sort of fantasy show.
It's a fantasy Netflix show, yeah.
Fantasy Netflix show. And that's right up Stu's alley, and he actually enjoyed it, and it made me like a little bit annoyed because like I didn't get to like enjoy making fun of it, so I just like left the room.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's it. I really love sword and sorcery
Ooh, me too.
stuff.
Oh, that stuff's
like,
good.
Yeah, like low budget, like the closer it is to like somebody's like D&D campaign made real, I love it. I eat it up. Shadow and Bone has some issues. Yeah, I think that might be but I don't even feel that guilty about it. I love
There's-
Shadow and Bone.
There's a sword and sorcery movie I gotta show you that's a Yojimbo rip, but it's
Ooh.
it's like a sword and sorcery style movie with the most unlikely guy starring as the like barbarian hero. It's David Carradine.
Hell yeah.
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 And it's so
What
funny because
movie
on the
is this?
cover he's hella buff, but he's like one of those guys who just is never buff. So he's just like a normal looking man dressed like a barbarian. It's so
Well, is
good.
that like is it based on like that old Japanese movie Yojimbo?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
I love
the
that
core
movie.
plot. Yeah.
What's this called? We watched this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It's on Tubi, like everything good in this world. But-
Yup.
Yeah, Tubi's where I watch a lot of my sword and sorcery because they have I believe they have a sword and sorcery section
Ooh.
for under their
That's
stuff.
how you know they're real ones.
So I've watched
Live by the sword.
I've watched 2 or 3 movies that are in the Mythica series starring Kevin Sorbo.
Oh,
So I'm a huge
this,
Huge fan of
this
that
guy's
series.
going deep on Tubi. I'd just like to give a shout out. I really like Tubi's rabbit that they've introduced. They've introduced this like evil looking rabbit.
like a mascot.
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they post very cryptic photos. They posted one that made it look like the rabbit was like burying you.
Yeah. The camera is like
will
in
one
the
day.
pit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the rabbit's
It's like
going to kill
POV
you.
rabbit is burying you.
The tagline they give is like fall down your rabbit hole. But like they make that so sinister with the
Well, I
imagery.
was gonna say, like, was that Tubi's mascot, or wasn't that to promote a certain show? I remember like seeing a rabbit later on, and it was like, oh, that was actually just like,
That's just their mascot.
oh,
yeah.
gross.
Yeah, I don't think it's relating to a show or anything. I think they created it around the Super Bowl to advertise it. I guess Tubi has money now somehow.
Yeah, where are they getting this money?
they run ads, right? I'm not plugged into Tubi. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got
they
it.
run ads,
Clearly, I
yeah.
gotta get hip.
I would
You
assume
ever
I
watch
would
cool
ass-
movies. They got them on Tubi.
I would
would watch
assume the ads are just barely paying for the
Like,
crazy
space.
amount of movies they
Yeah.
have, even though they're probably not paying much for any of those movies.
Where we fucked up tonight is when we were trying to find Zoids. We should have looked on Tubi.
That's how it always
Yes,
goes.
Probably on
Dang.
Tubi.
Zoids was tight.
Zoids was
Yeah,
super
let's
great.
talk about Zoids.
Well, like we can't get into Zoids yet.
Yeah, we're still in the
Not
hangout.
yet.
The hangout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deliberate.
Hanging out's like 80% of the show.
I have to ride the wave. I'm sorry. I shouldn't
No,
Oh,
have.
you're
you're
good.
good.
You're good.
The thing you gotta understand is we don't know shit about the stuff we talk about, so we have to make up for it by trying to be pleasant. You know?
Yeah, we're in the padding
good.
section.
Yeah,
Hard.
we gotta pad this shit out.
Hold on. We got to get one step.
Hard.
Hard.
Bernadette, what's your guilty?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me,
Hi, Bernadette.
Hey, I'm kind of with Ani here, and I love coming of age stuff. And lately, Stu and I have been watching a lot of like Netflix originals to specifically get mad at. Like we watched like He's All That and
I've been meaning to watch
Sierra
that.
Burgess is a Loser. Both awful movies, but my guilty pleasure is watching them with Stu and getting mad at them and getting drunk, and those are the fun ones. But also, I love the teeny bopper shit. My go-to answer was Degrassi.
Oh yes.
But also I do like Degrassi is good.
Yeah.
So I can't say it's guilty because I like it.
I was literally
underrated,
gonna
admittedly.
say the same thing,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm not guilty of watching Degrassi. I love
Yeah,
Degrassi.
totally. Yeah, it's just like I watched it religiously for so long. Other than that, nostalgic stuff like Hannah Montana or like or like rewatching DComs I used to grow up with is my guilty pleasure and enjoying that. So
Yeah, I'm not trying to dunk on you too hard, but when you were watching Hannah Montana, I was like, all right, this is a show Bernadette enjoys. Cool. Good for her.
I watched a lot of Hannah Montana in
I
high
like
school.
listen, she has bangers. Like that the music is really good.
Yeah, Best of Both Worlds is great.
Everybody Makes Mistakes song.
Nobody's
Fire.
perfect. Yeah.
Hannah Montana's really a magical girl show if you get down to it.
It really is. Hannah Montana #1 anime.
And you can quote me on that.
Jesus.
You can put that in the teaser for this
I
episode.
fucking wasn't ready for
Okay,
that.
but also in all seriousness, Hannah Montana actually is kind of funny. Like it has
watching the
its
wrong
good
episode, I
comedy
guess.
moments.
Stu landed on a wrong episode, but it is genuinely like pretty good. But yeah, I'm kind of in it for the music at this point. She sings I Miss You, and that song hits. Like every song kind of hits, and I'm like, oh, why am I watching this like decades later? And I'm like, why do I relate to this? And she's like 13. And I'm like, it's weird.
Isn't it crazy that the guy who played her teenage older brother was like 35 or something?
Jason Earl.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
And he was like
Wild.
so little.
Yeah, he's such a little guy. I think he was shorter
Yeah.
than her.
He was not 35. What?
Yes.
He was in his mid fucking 30s, dude.
No. I think he was like 30.
Okay.
I think he was 30.
Look-
Still continue.
Look
What?
him up. Look up what he looks like now.
Yeah. I think he looks the
fucking
same.
geriatric by this point.
No, he doesn't look like he looked. If you see that,
He looks a little older now.
honestly, he looked like 30. If you watch it now, you're like, oh yeah, he's 30. But
What?
yeah, but it's the older brother.
Now that he's in like his 40s, he
James
looks,
Earl
or
Jones.
50s, he looks like he's like 20.
Yeah.
He looks
James
like he
Earl
finally
Jones.
hit puberty.
We were just talking about
David
Sword and
Earl.
Sorcery. Him as the villain in the Conan movie, one of the best. of all
Oh
time.
fuck! I forgot about
So
that.
sick.
That's
One of the
very
sickest-
good. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. We can
go back to Sword
I'm
and
not cutting off Hannah Montana. We can still talk about that.
Hannah
I just had to give a
Montana.
shout out to Big Earl.
Jason
Hey.
Earls. That's
Jason
his
Big
name.
Earl.
Hannah Montana needs to go to a fantasy world and fight people or whatever.
Yeah,
Man,
Madoka Magica, but just Hannah Montana.
Hell
dude,
yeah.
I started watching Madoka Magica like the
It's
other
sick.
day.
It's really sick.
Well, so I've been like having a rough time hunting for a job, so I was like kind of depressed. So I was like,
Ooh, that's
everybody keeps talking
okay.
about Madoka Magica. I'll put that on, and I put it on. It did not help my depression.
No,
at
I'm
all.
sure not. I'm sure not.
I was like, oh, this show's like, I was like, oh, magical girl stuff. Like, I love Sailor Moon. Let's
yeah,
go.
it's like the most unpleasant magical girl show. It's so sick.
They were like they did it dirty too, because the guy
Yeah.
who wrote and directed again, Urabuchi, is like known for writing like fucked up tragic shit, and they hid his name on the credits until the episode where
Whoa.
Mommy dies. It's
Have you
like-
done the movies? Because the movies do crazy
Dude,
stuff
I'm
too.
pissed off about the end of the third movie. Just gonna have a fucking. That's it. That's how it ends. That's crazy.
That's the kind of show. I love it. Insane. It's almost as good as 2.5 Men.
almost,
Yeah.
almost as depressing. Yeah.
So he was 35 when the show ended. He was 29 when it started.
Well, yeah, okay, that's 30.
That's still because Miley Cyrus was what, like actually like 16
She
or
was
some
the
shit.
age she was supposed to be. and
Yeah.
it's very strange because there's an episode first season where she's like 13 and she apparently dates like a ninth grader, which was like a big deal. which it should be, because he walks in and he's like, "Hey, Miley, hey, you look hot." Like in front of her dad, and her dad was like, "What the fuck?"
In front
like
of Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, it was like I felt uncomfortable. I was like, "Don't tell this child that she's hot, because this is weird." Like,
Yeah, how old was he? Like fucking 50?
They're about to.
wait, who? Billy Ray? Or
No, the
guy?
ninth grader.
the ninth grader was probably like 16. Who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know.
nasty.
Still
Somebody
weird.
doing that to his
Yeah.
daughter, that's going to break Billy Ray's achy, breaky heart.
Well, that's the thing is like, I don't know. Adults wrote this shit. And that's what creeps me out. So I like kind of stopped for a little bit. I stopped watching it.
You know what?
But it's still, but that's what makes it a guilty pleasure. Ew. Cut that out. Cut that out.
No, exact. Keep it in. Keep it in.
Keep it-
So
Anyway,
true.
That stays.
Degrassi's wonderful. I love it.
real quick shout out Cinderella 2021. Big fan.
Oh, that's it. That's
Yeah.
the one for you.
Not
I'm not guilty of that shit.
This
at
guy's
all.
seen that
I
movie
still
so
haven't
many times.
seen that.
Haven't you
I'm
seen
sure
the
I'm
movie
over
like
20 at
6
this point.
times or something?
I'm well past double digits at this point.
Oh, hell yeah.
We were watching that like
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
I've
That's
watched it
so
like
good.
3 times with you.
Yeah.
That's so good. That makes
Yeah.
me so happy.
I
I fucking love that movie.
the Cinderella popped up in a commercial we were watching the other day, and
Oh, really?
that was like, "Oh, that's Cinderella," and I was like, "Am I wrong?"
In particular, I'm always hearing from you about the 7 Nation Army sequence.
Oh.
Oh my God. Do they actually play that fucking song?
It's a jukebox musical, right? There's only like 2 original numbers, maybe 3 in the whole thing. And so there's a scene. The ball is happening, right?
Uh-huh.
Prince is there with his King's Guard.
It's like the 3rd time we've described this on the
Will not be the last.
I know,
so-
keep going.
So there's a bunch of
Fans of the
eligible
show.
bachelorettes from far and wide who are here to try to win his hand in marriage, and they're all like standing in this like really imposing group opposite the ballroom from him, and they start singing this choreographed number of "What a Mighty Good Man" or whatever that song's called.
What a man, what a man, what a man.
That one.
What a mighty
Oh,
good
man.
And they finish their first verse and chorus, and then it cuts back to the prince. He turns back to his 3 fellas, his boys, his posse, and he goes,
Du Bois.
"I'm gonna fight him off," and it cuts to a mashup
no.
of those 2 songs.
Oh my God. I feel like I would actually enjoy this.
I love it.
It sounds so cringy, but I'm like, yes.
It's
fuck
like
yeah.
fascinating bad.
Oh
Really
God, yes.
Idina Menzel is the wicked stepmother, and for some reason she like puts her whole foot in it, like she kills every
Oh,
single
of
thing
She's
she's
course
in.
she
so
does.
fucking good. in
It's
it, yeah.
nuts.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, she's the best one in it.
By
But
far.
Bakari, I know you've seen this many times, so obviously correct me if I'm wrong.
Go for it.
But the 7 Nation Army sequence, wasn't that during like there's a ballroom
Yeah.
scene?
That's what I was talking about.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's
I
the
thought you were
ladies
talking
singing
about
the Mighty
the
Good Man
part
part
where. Oh, okay.
Because
Anyway,
they're all there to try to marry him, you know.
I also just on that note, I had another answer. It's Hamilton. I kind of that's my shit. Great music. I mean like Lin Man kind of is very cringy. Lip bite Lin Man. I hate
Nasty
that
little
photo.
goblin.
He's
Lip
so
bite?
nasty.
Oh, I don't
Little
want to
shitty
see
rat
that.
man.
Well, I'll have to show you anyway. You
his
have
voice,
to
too.
see it.
There's a part in Tick Tick Boom where there's a Lin-Manuel Miranda jump scare. He like jumps out at the camera, and I screamed when I saw it. I was like, "Holy
That's
shit!"
amazing.
It's literally the scene in
horrifying.
Jaws when you
Yeah.
see the shark for the first time.
Except it's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
That's a jump scare,
Oh,
You
please
need to put
don't be a part
fucking-
of this.
You need to put a fucking content warning on that. You're just gonna fucking- I need to know what I'm
Trigger
getting into.
Yeah,
warning.
honestly, just us talking about this, we should put this as like an 18 plus
I was
episode.
like, how are we going to find an excuse to put a content warning on the Zoids episode?
It's by talking about Lin Man.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
He's weird.
I hate that guy so
He's
much.
weird.
Yeah.
He was.
I
I just
don't like him.
recently got into the Always Sunny podcast, and
Yeah.
he was on an episode of it. Yes.
Why?
thank
Why
you.
would they have him?
And they
What?
Charlie like loves him, and
No.
they all love him. Scratch that, and it's a bummer.
They're-
It's a fucking bummer.
They're canceled for me now. I can't do it. It's
That is
Lin-Manuel.
wild because Charlie is my favorite. And It's Always Sunny. Just-
Same.
Yeah.
But Lin Man. Like
Well-
I just imagine him biting his lip the whole time. I don't know. It's that's
Well, it's because Charlie is a huge like Broadway guy. Well, not Broadway,
Right.
you know,
He's like
play guy.
musical.
He's a thespian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean it makes sense. I think Hamilton tracks with this, you know, with people who are very into musicals, like
Mm.
that kind of stuff.
It's
And-
a very like technically proficient musical. We talked about this. But,
Yeah.
like, yeah. The
Yeah.
songwriting is admittedly very good, and like there's some great performances, just not Lin Man.
yeah.
Just to
Yeah,
replace the main character.
Lin Man drags the whole thing down. I also I just didn't realize how much I hate George Washington. So like the actor who portrays George Washington is just he's great. He kills it. He does such a good job.
Yeah, but that guy sucks.
But George Washington fucking sucks.
I know he
Oh,
hates
yeah.
cherries,
I didn't
trees
realize I
so
couldn't
much.
get over it. Yeah.
Just like out to get them all.
We're killing trees. George Washington.
Yeah, don't even mention
of a
cherry
bitch.
trees around that guy.
Oh, that dude. He's fucking,
He's the
fucking
cause.
wooden teeth.
If you think
Take a
Lin
shot
Man
out of
cut
me.
that movie down, wait till you put a cherry tree in front of George Washington. Oh man, that thing's getting cut down to size.
On the topic of the Always Sunny podcast, and I know this is big, you know, glass houses, but like it's crazy how every weird ass show from like 10 years ago is getting like the actors are getting together to do a podcast. Have you guys been YouTube has been shoving this down my fucking throat, the fucking Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide podcast
No.
Oh, that's so
what?
strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stu and I just watched like
constantly.
the video essay from like Eddie. Scott Kramer,
I haven't seen that.
and he talks about that exact thing. Like, was it there's a term for it, that genre of like reunion podcast or
That sounds right.
something like that, and it's just like castmates from your favorite shows back in the day just like getting back together and like talking about those episodes again. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a weird I don't know, revival.
It makes
Of
me
these-
sad.
Yeah,
It
revival
does,
podcast.
yeah, especially with the Ned's Declassified stuff because they're not getting work.
The interesting,
Oh, I'm so sad.
the interesting thing about the Always Sunny.
What do
No,
you mean
it
sad?
makes me like because I watch. It's these motherfuckers are
Oh,
in their
I'm so
30s
sad.
now, and they haven't done shit since they were like middle school age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, there's
And there's a Ned's talking about how he got a DUI and shit, and it's like,
Whoa, what?
he actually tells that story. I'm dead serious.
that's fucked up. But I
Cookie's like really into Bitcoin, I'm sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Can you
sure.
guys buy the Ned's declassified NFTs?
Oh god.
Oh geez.
No, I was gonna say with the Always Sunny one, the thing that's weird about that one is that show is still running.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Always Sunny.
Oh, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely,
It
yeah.
will never die.
100%.
So that's the thing is this one's like a dog chasing its own tail because they're going through the episodes. They could catch up at some point.
Yeah.
And then we get to the point where it's like
swallows its tail.
you watch the episode and then you hear them talk about it.
No, yeah, because they like if you watch it, they have their like podcast studio where they do most of the episodes,
Mhm.
but then they'll like do some of the episodes in this just like god awful, just like white wall blank room. And it's their writing it's like where they do their writing. It's their writing studio.
sure,
So
sure.
they're like writing an episode for their newest.
It's really
episode.
funny to
Ugh.
think that they write at all because that show feels like they're just making it up, which is my
Yeah.
favorite part
Just-
about it.
Just screaming at each other.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I imagine.
Also
Yeah.
love it because I like to imagine it's just like just Rob writing, and then everyone else is like, it's like that episode of SpongeBob where he's like drawing out the.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's trying to write an essay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, I like to
Yeah.
do that.
No, we're rewatching Always Sunny right now, and I can't
best.
believe how good that
The
show
best.
is.
Oh, it's so
It is.
fucking good.
And that's the thing that about all of these like rewatch podcasts to me is like, you know, like there's The Office, there's Ned's Declassified, there's like all of these shows where like you know, these people are either like they're trying to get some information across, or they're trying to, you know, maybe they're trying to get something going again because that was like their highlight.
Yeah.
Right. And that's great for them. And I just don't give a shit except for the Always Sunny one because like it's such a chaotic show that like I have to know how it was made. Like every other show, I can figure out how it was made. Like The Office, how did it all come together? They had a script and they did
don't
their
give a
thing.
shit.
Do you know about the Danny DeVito thing that they do?
What
with the scripts.
Specifically, or what?
Yeah,
what?
with him specifically, supposedly, and I've never listened to the podcast. This is just something I've heard them mention in interviews and stuff. They just come up with like worse and worse stuff to see if he'll do it. So they're just like constantly passing him these like outrageous scripts. And there are a couple, if I talk about any of the ones that he like actually said no to, this will definitely have to put a content warning on this episode because he's willing to do so much stuff. But yeah, anytime he does reject one, they just pretend it was a joke immediately. They're just like,
kidding.
Cool, fooled you. We were never gonna make you do that. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, well, it's insane because we just finished watching the episode called Being Frank, and it's just like all in his perspective, and it's just like, oh, they wrote this. Let's see what Danny DeVito can do. It's just like insane because like sometimes it feels like Danny DeVito is just like, and I love him. It feels like he's just there, and sometimes like in the best way. Like they're like, okay, let's see if he can improv into this scene. But then we also watched the episode with the art gallery where he was Ongo Goblogian. And I was just like, this man is the most talented actor I've ever seen. Like, it's just wild that like they're writing him into these ridiculous situations and characters, and you're just like, oh, like he's actually an actor. That like, I don't know, because he just feels like Danny DeVito. He just feels like a guy, and it's wonderful.
No, yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, yeah, no, and you all are right. Like there is the podcast episode where they have. I mean, there are multiple, but there's one specifically where they have him on, and they talk about how they just write like outrageous shit for him, and they're shocked every time he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'll do that. Whatever, I'll do that."
Yeah,
and he talks about how he really likes doing stuff that like pushes the boundaries or just stuff that's just not like, you know, just like basic shit, because it challenges him and he's like, he can have fun with it. And that's why he does like a lot of improv on that show. Like a lot of the stuff, they'll just be like, you know, Danny, do this like crazy shit. And then they just let him like run, you know, rabid and like do whatever he wants.
yeah, and
Rabid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an infected dog.
Yes.
A virus video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's like to the show's strength is like that they have these like competent actors who can like just take like really like middling material and turn it into something absolutely incredible.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did this show back when I was like 24 or something on YouTube called Accomplish Nothing, and it was like really heavily inspired by Always Sunny, where we were like, we're gonna play like bad people trying to become famous on the internet. And it's, I mean, obviously we don't have the budget or whatever, but it's like, it's wild how much better, like, you know, the Always Sunny people can like take like a really simple premise and like turn it into something great. And then like, it's just hard. It's harder to replicate than you might think, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the performances they all, I mean, Glenn Howerton as Dennis, just incredible performances every episode. Like horror movie villain, incredible stuff.
Yes. Just being a complete psychopath. Yeah.
Respect it.
But yeah, I don't. Have you watched any of the Ned's Declassified? Going back the other way. I want to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's turn it that way.
I hate. What's bring it on?
No, yeah, no, I've scrubbed through a couple of episodes, just like kind of clicked and watched like, 30 seconds at a time. So like, I saw the bit about Devin Werkheiser, I think is his name, Ned. Watched a bit about his DUI.
Man, you really hate this guy to know the full name.
Well, I learned because of this fucking podcast. Like, because I watched some amount of Ned's Declassified. Like, I've seen episodes of it, right, when I was a kid.
So you're caught up with this podcast?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you get the DUI?
I'm actually a moderator on the subreddit now, so.
Did you get the
You're
DUI
running the audio on this thing.
Did you get the DUI during the podcast?
No, it was.
He's recording on the road. Well,
He gets pulled over. He's like, guys, I gotta go.
I'm just like Battle School Dropouts. I love having a drink while I'm recording. Anyways, I'm just at the toll bridge. Let me know what's going on, guys.
my friend sent me this amazing video Never mind. I'll talk about that.
Well, now I want to know.
Suspense.
Yeah.
No, guys, just trust him. He saw an amazing video, but you don't need to know anything.
I saw this
about it.
amazing video.
I don't.
You guys don't get to hear about it.
No, I trust Charlie. I
Yeah.
trust Charlie a lot.
Pretty
so.
amazing.
I'm glad. I'm really glad you saw that. Yeah.
I'm willing to believe Charlie's
Oh,
seen at
no.
least a few amazing videos in his time. That just checks out.
This one, amazing.
Yeah.
Would you guys watch a podcast about your guilty pleasure show that you mentioned earlier?
Yes.
Family Matters?
No.
Like with the like
Not mine.
with the main actors, with like the side people.
I was going to say
No.
got to be involved or I'm not.
Absolutely.
I would listen
not.
to a 2.5 Men podcast if it was just the woman who played the housekeeper character and the woman who played the next door neighbor who murdered Charlie
Oh
Sheen's
yeah, she's
character.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't remember that actress's
Another
name.
person just playing a sociopath and doing a great job. Those are my favorite actors.
I didn't have a guilty pleasure, so I can't answer this. Yeah, all my pleasures are unguilty. So, dang. Well, anyways, you guys want to talk about the behind the scenes of Zoids?
behind the scenes.
Behind the Zoids.
reunion.
Behind the
You
Zoids.
know, all
The
all-
Zoids reunion podcast.
Yeah, we were all voice actors on Zoids. We tricked you.
I played that one guy's ridiculous headband. Actually.
I played the big ass tiger.
I
played the elephant.
Egg.
I say I played that guy's toilet plunger.
I played
pigtails.
Elephender. That was his name, right? Elephender?
Elephender, yeah.
Elephender,
Okay.
yeah.
It's the best fucking title for sure.
Yeah, that's what a. Hey, so are we at a good time for shifting into Zoids?
I would. Let me
Shifting into
I don't know how far
Zoid.
along we've
Yeah,
been.
about
Zoid.
40 minutes. Yeah.
Okay,
season.
Yeah, let's talk Zoids. Can we talk about, guys, my new favorite television show, fucking Zoids?
Yeah.
Not to spoil what I think of it, because I won't tell you, but
He's giving
Guys.
it a total garbage.
guys, I really liked Zoids.
He
I
loved
love it too because you came into this super confident that it would be awful, like planning ahead for it to be awful.
Yeah, Charlie,
and then you
this
wound
is
up
your idea,
loving it. No, this was all
Whose idea
Stu.
was this?
Yeah, I wanted to do a show about penguins that go to war and then have to deal with the trauma of
Oh
war.
fuck
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the one I brought to the table.
What's this show called?
It's
What?
called Penguin Diaries, I
I
believe.
don't think I've heard of this.
I sent you a video of them at war. Yeah, his friend Mike gets
No, now
struck
that does
down in
sound
his
familiar.
prime. Yeah,
Is Penguin Diaries like the Sex in the City
I wish.
prequel?
Yeah.
but in Vietnam.
No, fans of the show, please do look up Penguin Diaries. It's one of the most absurd things you'll
Yeah,
ever
that
I was,
see.
I was gonna say it's just anime with penguins, and then there's a live action Sarah Jessica Parker that just comes out of nowhere.
Yo, that would be great. No, the penguins look just like the Club Penguin penguins
Yeah,
also,
they
which
do.
really
They look
adds
exactly
to it.
like
You
them.
took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say Club Penguin Diaries.
Yep.
Yeah, no, the show was doing it apparently. Hey, let's talk about Zoids.
Let's do it.
Let's talk
Zoids.
about I think I pitched Zoids because it like came up randomly in my life. I tweeted about it and you were like, we should do like I think Charlie, you said something about Zoids and then I was like,
You suggested it.
I think
absolutely.
I don't know.
I
Where-
said something in response. I was
What-
like, Zoids. And you were like, that's the one.
That's all it took for me, you know? And I was like, because originally I wanted to do something trashier than Platinum End. But I don't know, Zoids just called to me from my ether. Can I tell you guys some little bit of history about me and Zoids?
Let's hear it.
Do it.
So when I was a wee child of like
A
11,
weeb child.
when I was a weeb child, I just survived watching 9/11 on TV, and Zoids came out on television, and I played Zoids all the fucking time, like as an imaginary kid, as a kid who played imaginary games. I was obsessed with Zoids. I owned no Zoid toys or anything like that. I would just sit in a chair somewhere and I'd be like, oh, it's Zoids time. Like, it's time to go battle some dudes.
Zoidin' time.
Would you get down on all fours and like run like a?
I can't let it go too
Zoid.
far. I love that you used 9/11 as a reference point.
I wanted to put this into perspective. This is a post 9/11 anime, I believe. So, or just before it. I can't remember.
Was it one of those unique ones where it came out in Japan before 9/11 and then in America after?
I think that might have been the case because it's 2001. So like, you never know.
I was going to say it was the guiding light that healed America after 9/11. Zoids.
Zoids.
We were all really worried, but if we don't watch Zoids, then the terrorists win.
The episode
forget.
should be called Zoids: Never Forget.
Zoids New Century, never forget.
A second shield wagger has flown into the World Trade Center.
A second snail.
Here's the content warning, ladies and gentlemen.
We're
We're just gonna go hard 9/11 jokes, ladies and gentlemen. That's the content warning.
It's been fucking 22 years.
20,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. If Mark Wahlberg were on that all offender, it would have gone down different.
There would have been a Wahlburgers on the plane.
But yeah, I loved this show, and then kind of knew I loved it, and then watching it tonight, holy shit! The nostalgia hit me, it was like watching Pokemon, but it wasn't Pokemon, that same kind of level,
And it's wild because it doesn't seem like it has the diehard fan base of other stuff that you would expect to be this good. It was fairly hard for us to acquire. I mean, we eventually found it, obviously.
Yeah, we bought it on Blu-ray and DVD, but it was difficult to buy that Blu-ray and DVD that I'm sure is out there.
Sure was.
Yeah, the fact that it's not on Netflix or Crunchyroll, I just assumed it was going to be on Crunchyroll or something.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, are you not gonna shout out that Reddit user?
Well, I mean, not right now. Thanks, guy. We couldn't have done this without you.
If you're listening,
Love you.
Thank you to Assfart6969 420. We really appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I really there's so much trash on all these streaming sites and whatnot, but no Zoids.
In the streaming site's defense, we didn't check Tubi.
yeah, that's right. We didn't.
Could
check
be
the
on that
tubes.
Tubi.
Should have checked Tubi.
Should've
The tube.
The tube.
Yeah, we watched a few episodes of Zoids. We watched a few movies of Mythica. We had a great night.
Have you ever seen the Jason Statham sword and sorcery movie? I think it's called In the Name of the King.
I think so.
Awful. It's so
When
good.
did that?
I
love
remember
it.
anything about it.
It's my kind of thing. The orcs look so bad.
There are fucking orcs in the same
hell yeah.
movie as Jason Statham.
Oh, hell yeah.
okay, I
there
need
are.
to watch this.
Yeah, baby.
Well, it's a Yue Bowl movie, I believe. It was supposed to be. It's called In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege movie,
Oh,
which is a
shit.
series of games. So
Dungeon Siege? I don't know if I know that series of games.
it's one of those. God, what is it? It's you control a party of adventurers and they run around and kill monsters and stuff like that. One of those type of games.
like a Final Fantasy type of deal.
Oh shit!
Like a JRPG, or no, like a Dragon Age, maybe.
Yeah, more closer to Dragon Age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. The whole party runs
CRPG.
around. CRPG. That's
Yeah.
the term.
You got it.
It's one of those bad boys. And Yue Bowl did it with Jason Statham. And those two made a movie. It was called In the Name of the King. And I don't remember anything about it.
That guy finds.
I'm
the
sure
weirdest-
it's on Tubi.
Yeah, I hope so.
That guy finds the weirdest fucking video games to adapt.
Yeah.
Uwe Boll's just.
Gotta love him for it.
Yeah.
I really want to watch. He did Postal. And I really want to watch that one.
Oh,
The movie about the guy who, the game about the guy who just kills people all the time.
you know what? I think I might.
Jason
have seen
Statham did
movie.
that?
Not Jason Statham, but Uwe Boll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. I was like, that sounds lit.
I think I might have seen that movie. I think I remember seeing something that was very similar to it and hating it, but my friend in middle school thought it was sick, so we watched the whole thing. It probably was. Again, that guy finds the weirdest fucking games to adapt.
Yeah, he did House of the Dead, I believe, as well.
Oh, but that's cool though.
House of the Dead is cool. I don't remember the movie at all. but
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hear about Yue Boll boxing his reviewers?
But fighting them?
Say more.
So Yue Boll is a movie. So he's a movie director who takes movies like a lot of the licenses he gets are based on video games. he gets terrible reviews, like from critics and
Because
stuff,
his movies are bad.
because his movies are bad. So
Because he's a visionary.
he's
Exactly.
visionary.
They hated
Yeah.
Jesus because he spoke
Please
the
don't
truth.
fight me. So he invited all of these reviewers to like Vegas. I don't know if it was Vegas, but he invited them somewhere to box them, and he like back to back fought these reviewers.
Wait,
What?
like Iron Man kumitated that shit? Just
Yes.
like, oh, that fucking
and
rules,
he
dude.
beat the shit.
And they kept going after he beat each one, dude. They were like, well, he's tired now. I must be able to.
yeah, I so far as I know, it was like back to back matches, and he like maybe he had a day between a few of them, but like it was back to back. And so far as I know, he beat every single dude's ass.
How many were
Like,
there?
not even close.
Sorry, Bakari.
Oh, no, please go ahead.
How many were there?
I want to say at least 8.
I really.
Bakari will do this with any people who talk bad about this podcast.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. But like,
Yeah. He'll
I wanna
Van
know-
Damme kick them. And he's so
well, that was,
good.
I was about to say, like, this sounds like a blood sport thing all of a sudden. Like, is there any sort of evidence of this? Any witness
Yes,
accounts?
there are
Okay.
there are videos.
Oh, there are videos.
Yes.
I got to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
was-
the blood sport guy was like completely full of shit.
Yeah,
which is disappointing.
No, so far as I mean, I've watched interviews with a few reviewers who got their asses kicked and were complaining about it. And I mean, it doesn't make his movies good necessarily, but the man can box.
Yeah,
Love that for
Wow,
him.
incredible.
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
A Renaissance man.
If you if you hate this podcast, Bakari's coming for you.
Absolutely.
And I'll watch and I'll spit on you a little bit.
Paul W. is
A little bit, not a lot.
I don't have great aim.
But yeah, accepting all challenges anytime.
I think I said I'd fight anybody who said something was good. Maybe it was Tower of God. I can't
Halo,
remember. No, I love Halo.
the series,
Halo.
the live action series.
The Halo TV show. I wouldn't fight anybody who liked the Halo TV show because I feel like they're all going to be bigger than me. I don't know how to verify that at all, but
It's
I
a
just feel like-
feeling.
yeah, I just get the sense of people who enjoyed the Halo show are bigger than me.
There's an energy.
Halo's kind of like a meathead game. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like Halo. I just feel like anybody who could stick it through with that show would be like too large for me to damage.
That's fair.
yeah. Does that mean? I don't know.
They would take no damage.
They would take no damage. I mean, I'm not terribly strong, so
We need to get more televised battles between people that aren't professional fighters. This has never not worked for me anytime it's happened throughout history.
I
love it.
I've been catching up on the creator clash happened recently, where they get a bunch of YouTubers and make them box each other.
do they know how to box?
Like they've been training for a little while, but like not that long.
Yeah, I just I was listening to the H3 podcast today while I was working, and I saw that this one YouTuber starts with a B. He was a little bigger.
Mr. Beast.
No, it wasn't Mr. Beast.
Mr.
It was
T.
Like, it was like Boogie or like
DeMarcus
Is that, like,
Cousins?
really big guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm
Boogie
talking-
something.
Is Boogie?
Boogie, some numbers.
Is that yeah, something like that. I
Boogie
think.
Nights.
I think that was him, but yeah. So it was like Keemstar was hosting.
Oh, I never
for
heard of this
some-
one.
Yeah, no, I just heard about it today, and it was just ridiculous because there's just these two non-boxers shit talking each other, and it felt very
It's the best.
yeah, no,
It's so
totally.
nice.
But it's like it's nice when it's like non-boxers, like they're shit talking, but it's like all in good. Like you can tell it's genuine. It's like ha ha ha, like they're just trying to make the crowd riled up. But when
Yeah.
you can tell when it's personal, it just feels awkward. And I was like listening to it, I was like, ew, like I don't like this. And then like Keemstar's there and he's like, like he's like, I'm gonna host this and make them fight each other and get money out of it. And it just felt gross. And
gonna host this.
I got he's just a goblin man. And I don't know. But how did we get on this topic?
Watching YouTubers fight each other is funny.
Yeah.
Dudes
I
fighting.
didn't see it. Obviously the fight hasn't happened yet. That'll be a fun one to watch? Question mark?
Gotta
But-
do. Ani introduced me to the ongoing feud between Hasbulla and his enemy.
His
Oh,
enemy?
yeah, y'all
Yeah.
ever watch
You
any
talking about Hezbollah and
Hasbullah?
Israel?
The like
The
little guy?
really little guy?
yeah.
My
There's
boy.
Oh, this is different. Okay.
My boy has. Have you?
there's
not-
another guy
guys-
with that same syndrome, and they like hate each other.
What?
They like
Yeah.
talk smack all the time.
Bakari, you know Hasbullah?
I know of him. I haven't seen
Yeah.
a ton of it.
But, like,
Okay.
Hasbullah literally did like this interview, and they asked him if he would fight him, and Hasbullah said he went to his neighborhood and the guy wasn't there. He literally did like I went to your
I went
hood.
to his hood.
You weren't home.
Right. Ready.
Yeah. Who's the guy? He does the interview you guys need to watch with him. It's the guy that does
We'll make him watch.
Sunday something, like ice cream Sunday something. The interviewer has long blonde hair and like a mustache.
I'll take an
Bloody
ice cream
You
Sunday.
too.
I'm not
Right.
a Sunday morning by Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Sunday,
no,
Bloody Sunday.
I'm not familiar. You
Sunday
said- wait,
toppings, go.
Just to backtrack a little bit, you guys just said like you referred to someone as the little guy.
Yeah.
You mean like a little person?
Oh, you'll see.
It's
Technical term, little person.
It's
He has a
different.
very specific syndrome.
Yeah.
It's not like
Because that's
Yeah.
called,
Yeah.
like the regular like little person, like that's dwarfism, right?
Right.
Yeah.
well, there are
this
little
isn't
people, and then
dwarfism.
dwarves are separate from little
Is
people.
this
like-
It's a
is
separate
this like
syndrome
a
also.
Andy
This is a
Milonakis
third
thing?
thing.
No.
No.
He's 19 years old, but he
I
looks.
wish I could find my phone. I would just show you a
and
picture.
talks like he's probably like 4 or
Oh.
3. Like he's little.
Actually looks like a child.
Yeah, and sounds.
It's
yeah.
Like, it's like some sort of bone syndrome or something. Like,
Something-
it's
something like that.
stunted.
Yeah.
I really need to know what it is.
These are adult children trying to fight each other.
They're adults
They're
trying to
adults
fight each other
who look like
that
children, I
look
should say.
like children, yeah. But Hasbullah is like, he has my heart. He's incredible. He's like the most rambunctious little fucker in the world, and I identify with him heavily.
This is peak, this is peak fighting, like morality, right? Where it's like when you watch people like box or fight or anything like that, there's an element of like this is kind of fucked up. Like this is kind of a blood sport to an extent, right? You know, you're watching two people fight each other, and it could go bad.
Yeah.
You know, these things could go bad,
It happens.
but you want to watch because it's cool as hell,
Yeah.
right?
This is
because
that-
you're never gonna see anything like that again.
Yeah.
This is
And
that elevated.
This is that peak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
No
Oh,
way!
he's little.
Yeah.
That's wild. He's 19.
He's 19.
Crazy.
He seems
has-
like a great guy,
Yeah, he seems like very
is.
sweet, like but also very like.
but he hates that other guy.
Yeah, he
so
fucking
much.
hates that other guy.
He's like really coming for him.
He's no, but also then there are like points where he's like, I never said I wanted to fight him or like something like that. He was like, I never said I wanted to like.
His
eat him
exact
or
words, he
something like
said, I
that.
never wanted to fight him, but I know if I don't deal with this, it's not going to go away.
Yeah.
You know,
said
he's
that's
like
an
so
internal
serious.
thing.
He said like
Yeah.
he said, let's just say 2 of us enter a room and one of us is gonna walk out fine and the other passed out on the floor or some shit.
No, he was like, nobody has to see, but this needs to happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too with like Boogie. I believe, like he like trained. He lost weight for this fight that's coming up, and then there's like he's also fighting another guy that is like in similar shape, and it just feels icky because it sounds they like one of them admitted like, yeah, I'm just doing it for money, you know, but like the whole shit talking thing, there's a little bit of like truth, it sounds like, to the shit talking.
Oh,
and
yeah,
also
100%.
just, like, yeah, and I don't know, just the whole let's ridicule these creators, like they're trying to make it look like it's a good thing, like that they're fighting it out and it's for fun or anything. But if it's not for charity, it feels a little like
It probably feels icky because combat sports are super dystopian and scary.
Oh,
like
yeah.
somebody's
There's also
family's living being completely dependent on like, can they beat up somebody else? or
Totally.
not?
Well, if you have 2 people out of shape too who aren't boxers, it just feels like you're like, all right, let's get these 2 guys in and then like
No,
make
that's
them
the
fight.
best. That's the best part.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I kind of also feel like it's tough to say that like two people fighting is fine, but like another couple people who have agreed to fight each other is wrong or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know how to
consensual.
fight. I don't think there's a high ground of morality on people fighting each other.
I mean, not especially. Like, I mean, I guess like the
It's not any
the
worse
most
than
prominent-
regular sports either.
Dead in
though.
the eyes right now,
Yeah.
Bakari,
Yeah, I
because
know.
you're my fight specialist here.
Yeah,
Before
no,
I dig myself
definitely,
too deep in a hole.
definitely not any worse than like fucking football, where
Oh,
they're literally
absolutely,
giving each other
absolutely.
concussions.
Yeah, like people
Yeah.
having to put their bodies on the line to that degree, like for a check, like you know, on like in our current the way things are right now, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's a bummer. But
Now
like,
volunteering.
yeah, like that's the thing is like because the reason Stu's staring at me right now is because like I've been involved in boxing and Muay Thai and things like that before. Like obviously not to any sort of serious degree.
Bakari is badass. I'm not
Like,
kidding. He's
Bakari,
awesome.
you fight?
Used to, not so much these days. But yeah, like it's fun and like I don't really regret any of it. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten
Yeah.
hurt in those endeavors before, and like I never really thought it was something that happened to me. It was something that I did, even though it was literally somebody else like kicking me in the liver or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. Ethically, it's messy, but
Yeah.
I'm a fan in general.
Same.
Yeah.
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 I like watching dudes fight.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I love
Just
it.
like it taps into your like.
Last time we did
primal-
it, Stu, do you remember last time you came over and watched one? You I think your end result, you were just like, we got to do this
Oh,
more.
yeah.
It
It's a
was
fucking
fun.
blast.
I think we watched one of the Paul fights.
Yeah.
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 You guys watched like Paul versus what was it, Mayweather? Logan
Yeah.
Paul, Jay-
No.
No,
It was
not
one of the ones
Mayweather.
after that. It was
Fuck, what was his name? It was a
Oh.
very, very good catchy
Well,
name.
we-
it felt rigged, to be honest.
We
I should've
missed the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight, which
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
came
one I wanted
after.
to catch real
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
I would have killed to see that one because the Love Island guy won.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Good for
he
him.
broke the fucking cheater record of Jake Paul. So
Hell yeah.
I still got to watch that
So
Love
good.
Island too.
it's a good season. It's a real good season. I follow him on Instagram. It's such a good season.
Who's the boxer who's like, I think he's either English or Irish, who was like the heavyweight champion for a while, and he's like just a big guy. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's another Tommy.
Ewan
Not
McGregor
Fury.
from Star Wars.
Yeah, I love you,
Ewan-
McGregor.
Well, yeah, because Tommy Fury does have an older brother, but I don't think they're Irish.
Tyson Fury, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is his
Tyson
older
Fury is
brother,
his
yeah.
older, I think
English,
his older
yeah.
brother. Yeah,
Yeah, he was the heavyweight champion of the world for quite a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
He's just like,
his older brother was a more successful boxer in a lot of ways.
That's-
but
the
Yeah,
most
they're-
successful boxer.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, the two of them are. I mean, the two of them have both been pretty successful. I know Tommy has also been pretty successful in his career. I don't know how much of it is, I don't know how rigged.
This is
boxing-
Tyson, heavyweight
Yeah, it
champion of the
looks like
world.
him. Yeah, because it's so funny because his older brother looks like a thumb and the younger brother looks like a beefy model.
yeah. I could see that.
Some guys
Yeah.
get all the luck.
Yeah.
Guess so.
The
yeah.
thumb guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Well, because that's the thing.
Do you guys remember the Thumb movies, like Bat Thumb and?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
watched-
you
I
talking
watched-
about Spy Kids?
I had that thought that's exactly where my head went.
You're not far off. You're not far off.
Thumb Wars.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is the
Thumb
Star
Wars.
Wars
Yeah,
Thumb
yeah, yeah.
movie.
I think I don't
watched
think I
that
ever
a
watched
lot.
those.
Oh,
but,
dude,
like,
you got
saw, like clip of it or
I
something.
think
like
the
that
same
once.
people who did that did Kung Pao.
Oh, Kung
Yeah.
Pao is so good.
Oh, those
Big
were
Kung
like
Pao
the
fan.
movies where they're like almost, it was like kind of like the same scenario as like when you do your like put eyeballs on your chin or whatever.
It's exactly that. yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
We watched one of those together, didn't we?
Yeah, I've gone back through them
Yeah.
before. They're nice because they're all only like an hour. They like know how to do it and not have it be unbearable. 3 hours of Thumb movie would be bad. That's all I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
point.
3 hours of
This is
some
my
movie.
Scorsese Thumb movie.
Yeah.
It's the entire
Scorsese.
life of the mob.
If Scorsese made
gosh.
a thumb movie, what do you think it would be? What would the premise be?
Oh,
Professional thumb wrestler
Ugh.
paid to take a dive.
There we go.
refuses to do so.
That's it.
Sazy.
It
I want to see Clint Eastwood's thumb movie.
Oh Jesus.
Scorsese one definitely starts with like an old thumb, but he's like recounting his life, like I wasn't always an old thumb, growing up I was a young thumb in a neighborhood, and when I was growing up I just wanted to be the coolest thumb around. And then he, gets into crime or whatever.
And it's 7 hours
And
long.
then he gets into
Yes.
crime or whatever.
I might just be recounting the plot of The Irishman. Well, anyways, we all loved Zoids, so that's
Zoids
the
rock.
Yeah.
I'm
So it's
shocked
good.
how thought the animation would have aged really poorly, but it actually the CG didn't look horrible.
I've seen worse CG in stuff like from a year or two ago.
Yeah,
That-
shockingly.
Not to say it
good.
was excellent, but like it was serviceable.
That is
Yeah,
my
just
whole
watchable.
fucking thing with Zoids today. Was like, in watching it, I was like, this hasn't aged that much, right? Like, it has that kind of thing where like the characters are 2D drawn, and then the robots are 3D, but you see that all the time today.
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And if anything, a lot of the characters, you see them more 3D than you see.
Thank you.
Like this show, every character I think was like kind of that 2D animation style.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing any CG people for the most part.
So I was really blown away at how surprisingly modern this show was.
Yeah. No, I thought it looked really good.
Mhm.
Plot was, kind of simple, but I mean, gets you in the room with some giant robots fighting,
I know.
and
Yeah.
that's all you need.
Those,
Just meat and
tortoises.
potatoes. It's not
Oh, yeah.
interesting, but nothing bad.
Yeah, nothing flashy, nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Just, good old.
Gets the
Robot
job
animals.
done.
Yeah. Yeah, because so that's, if anybody doesn't know the premise of Zoids, it's people piloting robot animals in like tournament battles.
Mhm.
Unsure whether they're alive or not. That's
Okay,
like
yeah.
a consistent
They
theme in the
definitely
show.
are, because it's like because the one guy Bit
Bit
Cloud, he like his Zoid like imprints on him,
Yes.
right? And that's how he like
I love your use of like Twilight terminology with Zoids.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
that's just straight up animal terminology, baby.
Yeah.
No, Twilight took that one.
Twilight is the first
Yeah.
context in which I ever heard that. Like,
Imprint on something.
When are you guys gonna do a Twilight episode?
As soon as we do the Twilight marathon.
Yeah, when the fuck
Yeah.
are we gonna do a Twilight marathon? I've been trying to get that going for a while now.
What are you guys
Still
doing
trying to get
tonight?
through the Twilight manga.
The only thing I like more than Twilight is Zoids.
Zoids, dude, I'm with you. I really appreciated how like everybody was like, this Zoid doesn't work with anybody. This Zoid doesn't like anybody. He's too temperamental. And then just immediately is like, yeah, I'll chill with this guy. Like he gets a little wild, but like it's such a great kind of like, nobody can use this cool ass Zoid but me. I've got the right personality. I'm Bit Cloud.
Liger Zero can smell the main character on him. He just knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's like,
that's a protagonist.
Yeah.
it's like, your name's Bit Cloud? You must be.
It's
The-
wild too, because that's a name that would exist now. Like if you were making an anime today, you'd be like, oh yeah, what's futuristic? It's Bitcoin
Bit
and the cloud.
The name's Bitcoin.
Hi, I'm Bitcoin. But yeah, I was really surprised. Like, we don't have to go episode by episode on this one, but like,
Sure.
I was really surprised at how like modern it felt, and what a good pace it moved at as well. Like, I feel like a lot of shows these days don't like they'll like, there was no episode where the plot wasn't resolved by the end of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like every episode there's a battle and they do the battle and then they get through it in their own way.
Oh yeah, it's like what do you call that? You said like villain of the
Yeah, like Monster of the Week
Monster of the
style.
Week,
Just
Monster of
classic.
the Week, yeah.
Pretty contained within
Yeah.
the episodes.
And like it makes it, this came out 2001, people were just watching regular ass TV back then, you couldn't be guaranteed to catch every episode of Zoids. So like if one episode has a big plot twist and then you miss that episode, then like you come in all confused on the next one.
Yeah.
This one, everything's got a nice little bow on it, front to back, and you get a nice little bite-sized Zoids experience. And you can go about your day. You know?
Nothing to recap. I'd like to shout out, there's a character that I particularly loved. The ref of the matches was this robot thing that was a direct pull of the Roger robots from Phantom Menace.
Droids
Yeah.
from the
But
prequels.
did you like
Yeah.
both?
Yeah.
Or
I
did you
loved
like
it.
the evil one?
Yes, and then they introduced an evil version of the ref, which is great. I wish that existed in basketball, where it's just there's an evil ref who just makes strange
you're talking
calls.
about all of the fucking refs in basketball.
That's true. This is a sports podcast.
Yeah, well, one that's more obviously bad guy. Like they just spray paint him like all black and just be like,
Yeah, he's
"All right,
murdered
this guy
out."
Make the wrong calls constantly.
Yeah, he gets angry when the good guys win,
Yes.
but he still has to call it in their favor. It's like, oh, they win.
That was the thing I really liked about the evil ref was that he at one point crushes the good ref and then the good guys win. He's like, oh, God damn it. All right, well, the good guys win. And it's like, you could just lie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we can't
Real
talk about the
guys
refs
know
without describing the fact that they get shot down in a rocket from space every time there's a match. And then when
Which
the match
seems
is
to be
over,
every
they
single day.
fly back up to space.
Yes, yeah. These are not like singular drop pod
No.
characters. Like these are they go back up. Like the amount of resources spent on these Zoid battles is baffling.
Yeah, they are the cause of global warming. We were talking about that earlier. Something about global warming. They're the ones. They're the ones.
Well,
causing
we
that
were
global
trying to
warming.
piece together like where the fuck are they doing this game? Because it seems like the best we could guess, or best I could guess, was that America just doesn't exist anymore. And so they're just using like the continent as the battleground for Zoids.
Are we certain this is Earth?
I mean, no.
Yeah.
The continents could be completely different.
Yeah.
Right? Like this could be like a similar to like an island or something.
Could be, yeah.
You know, maybe it's all California sized, but I don't
It's
know.
an interesting element of the show. I mean, a common criticism I have for anime is that sometimes there's like too much world building happening
Yeah.
and it like draws away from the story. This one was confusing because like there was a world built, but they didn't give you any information.
Yeah.
I was getting kind of like a Cowboy Bebop vibe from it. Like it had very like desert city scape. Like there was like an entire city, but it wasn't like it wasn't like
Yeah.
here, you know, in Midtown. It was like desert city. So like it could have been on a different planet or like,
Could be.
you know, like
They also had there were 2 moons, I think.
Oh, really?
oh.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, some Star Wars shit.
yeah.
They had a lot of Star Wars elements.
It's true.
The like room with all the floating heads of like people watching, and then there was like a guy on like a floating platform. Was that like the?
Oh yeah, very Galactic Senate.
Yeah.
There's also kind of a I know this is Earth, but like sort of a what do you call it in Evangelion? The council that like talks
Yeah.
to, like in the last episode we watched, there's clearly like a covered eye, like sunglass council that's like, we are so interested in how the Zoid battles are going. It's like, is this gonna have like human continuity? Like
Talking about
in
the
it?
Illuminati.
Yeah,
the
right.
floating
Like,
heads
what's
over
going
there.
on?
They've all got cool Geordie LaForge sunglasses. on.
Yeah, like there were like 18 dudes who were like, oh, we got to see how this illegal battle of Zoids goes.
It'd be funny if one guy had different sunglasses. Like just one person has aviators.
He's just got a pair of like Wayfarers on. Everybody else is like the black bar across their face.
I like the dude who's like, he's covering his eyes because he didn't realize what was going on.
He like
Oh,
didn't.
I thought we were
fuck.
just hanging out. Oh, fuck.
He was like, I thought we were just doing voice call.
I didn't want to have my camera on. Fuck. Yeah, you're dead on. Like there's a part where they have a battle in a city and like there's no explanation of like, do people live in this city? Like, is this
Yes.
a city built for Zoids? Like, what's going on? And there's in episode 2, they're hanging out in like a food court or something. So like obviously like there is a world, like there's a place that you can go to and interact with other people. But where do the Zoids find their spot in that.
Yeah.
I'll admit I think this might be cheating a little bit. I did pull up the Wikipedia page at
Oh,
one
yeah?
point, and
Cheater.
yeah, I know, it's just terrible. But I read that
Bakari's pants are on fire.
I'm lying through my fucking teeth right now. What was it? It said the plot synopsis said that Zoids used to be used for like war, and because they have a bunch of crazy war machines just hanging around. Now that they've resolved all that shit, now they use them as a sport. So I wonder
Just
if
all
maybe
these mechs
locales-
lying around.
Exactly. What are you
Hanging
gonna do with all
out.
these damn mechs? So like you make them fight each other for sport. So like I wonder if maybe these locales are like former battlegrounds, like because that city they fight in seemed kind of shelled out, right? Like it
Yeah.
looked
That
pretty
makes
fucked up.
sense
Yeah.
because Bit Cloud first introduced himself as like a
It's like a scrap deal.
yeah, scrap
Yeah.
dealer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
makes so much sense.
Totally.
Yeah.
You probably just like roamed around battlefields and stuff like that, finding old Zoids parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig it because it definitely feels like it's either that or like this world is so obsessed with Zoids, they're just like, yeah, fuck it up, dude. Like whatever, like we'll evacuate people.
Anything
Oh,
for
yeah.
Like
Zoids.
we'll like wherever you guys want to go,
Anything
like
for
hang out,
Zoids.
man.
That very well could be that, like, because it's definitely got, I call it, we've talked about it before, like it's sports anime syndrome. Like when an anime is about something very particular, everyone that you see in that anime, regardless of their lot in life, is interested in that. Like Kuroko's
Yes.
basketball is about a bunch of like high school basketball players, and
Yeah.
there'd be some two jackasses at the bar like, "Do you hear the Generation of Miracles, the best middle school basketball team ever made? They're going to be, their players have moved on to these different schools, and they're going to be duking it out for the nationals." It's like,
Yeah,
you are two grown ass men. Why do you give a fuck?
Yeah, I remember
That's
watching,
such a good point.
I remember
Yeah.
watching this anime about like dancing on the street or whatever, and they like
Was it Tribe Cool Crew?
Tribe Cool Crew.
Yeah?
Yeah. And everybody was
love
obsessed
you
in that
guys.
world about dancing on the street and
Yep,
whatnot. Yeah.
exactly.
You gotta give Hajime no Ippo credit for that because the mom does not like or care about boxing.
Yeah, she doesn't give a
Yes.
fuck.
And
Yeah.
it is kind of nice to see. I never thought about that's so true.
Right?
so
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh, my favorite fucking thing in the world, is like the same way, right?
Oh yeah.
Like the world like hinges on people playing Yu-Gi-Oh correctly.
Yeah, all of those Beyblade, same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let it rip.
I
Yep.
want to.
Let
I want to
it
do
rip,
Beyblade at some
baby.
point.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I liked the Beyblade anime. Like what I remember of it, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried it's going to be a similarly Zoids thing because the other thing
You're just
with
gonna be
this-
like, this is really good. This is
Yeah.
all really good.
I wanted an episode kind of similar to we did last year, Super Yo-Yo, and
Super yo-yo.
that
There
was
were a fuckload of people really into yo-yos in there.
there were, and I hated Super Yo-Yo, and I was kind of like, this is going to be our Super Yo-Yo
Yeah.
this season, and it wasn't like I really enjoyed this, and now if we do Beyblade, is Beyblade secretly good?
Let it rip.
Is Bakugan good? I'm not
Beyblade,
ready.
I've
Bakugan.
not seen a second of Bakugan.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
sports or game based one, but Shaman King I always kind of categorize.
Shaman
as-
King.
Similar era, yeah.
They,
I read
loved
Shaman King. I never watched
Yes.
it though.
I loved it on 4Kids or whatever. They
Oh,
did
yeah.
a reboot of Shaman King recently.
Reboot of I didn't.
Yeah, like they like remade it, like
Wow.
retelling the same story and stuff. I watched a couple episodes. Did not care for it.
Ooh.
Maybe the old one was better, but like, I loved it as a kid, but like I was bored the entire time. It's very unfortunate. I really liked it
yeah.
originally.
Damn.
Man.
Yeah. Sad
Damn,
to see.
that's brutal. But Zoids though.
Zoids.
Zoids.
Zoids
Stayed good.
Zoids stayed good.
I love being pleasantly
Each-
surprised like that. It's such a nice feeling
Right?
when you're like
Wow.
ready to make fun of something and it's just
You're like,
Awesome.
oh fuck, wait, this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the only downside of Zoids is that like when we were watching it, it felt very easy to kind of like pick up on the major points of the episodes without necessarily like this is a show you could absolutely have on in the background and everybody's going to know what's going on. Like this is not like you gotta like the cinematography, the visuals. Like if you're missing out on even a little bit of Zoids, you don't get Zoids. This
you don't
is
even
dead simple.
understand Zoids.
Yeah, yeah. Like we were talking about all sorts of shit while we were watching this, and
Yeah.
I still got the general gist of like the few episodes we watched.
I
Yeah.
definitely missed some plot details for sure.
Yeah, I missed the at one point, I think it was the 6th episode, there's like a older gentleman in there, and I was like, who the fuck's this guy? And
Oh,
I couldn't, I tried to pay
You're talking about Mr. Zoid?
Mr.
Zoid
Zoid.
Well, that was the guy who was on the same side as the offender.
Right.
And he,
Okay.
At the end of the episode says, maybe I gotta come out of retirement.
Oh.
Stakes have been raised.
Yeah,
Retired
For those of you at home,
Zoid.
Elephender was a giant robotic elephant.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was
yeah,
It was
fucking
pretty
sick.
cool.
yeah.
Also, can we talk about how, like, I think I'm still gonna whine about this. One of the coolest Zoids was like not used well in the 6 episodes we watched, and that was the one that was driven by the like girl with the weird like
Rena.
hair.
Oh, Extreme
yeah,
hair.
the, like
Yeah.
buffalo or the
She just
ox
had
or whatever.
floating
Yeah.
floating staffs next to her head. That
water
were her.
buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird too because like I kind of expected like because there's two. So the main character of BitCloud, he does his whole thing, and then he has two. When you do a Zoid battle, it's not just you have your
BitCloud.
allies.
3v3.
And there was
BitCloud.
BitCloud. There was Renan who piloted the ox, and then there was another guy who piloted like a
I
fox.
think it's like
Yeah.
a wolf or something.
Yeah,
I read it as a wolf.
Fox
yeah.
or wolf, whatever it was.
The blue one.
The blue
One of those
one.
Star Fox characters.
And like I was like, they're each gonna have their own episode. You know, that she'll do something, Fox Guy will do something, and then that's how they'll become a team. Fox Guy did something like 2 or 3 times in the 6 episodes we watched.
That's,
Ox
Yeah.
Girl never really did
she
shit.
never fucking did anything. She was
Yeah.
always
She shot her gun.
There's a little
Time.
kid who drives
Yeah.
like a
It's not really
pterodactyl.
added
He got
anything,
a
but-
surprising amount of screen time.
Yeah.
But he always got his shit fucked up at the end of the episode.
Yeah, he was
His
getting
pterodactyl
screwed
would like he'd be like, my pterodactyl.
My pterodactyl.
I was reading. I also found this on the Wikipedia. So Jamie, the kid with the pterodactyl, he also has apparently he has some sort of like Stefan or Kel like alternate persona
What?
that's actually like a killer Zoid pilot. He just like shows up once in a while.
fuck.
Oh my god.
That's a
Yeah.
really cool plot point.
Yeah,
That
that
is
makes
actually
me
kind
want
of
more.
dope. Like, I got
Yeah.
interested. Like
He's
I gotta
got,
find
like,
that
evil
episode.
version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really do shit throughout the episode, and unfortunately for the female character, she gets kidnapped at one point.
She does.
and has to get rescued.
Well, she blows up she gets out. There's like the guy who comes in to check on her, and then
But-
she like takes his uniform, and
but after like the battle for her is over,
That's true.
You know,
they did win the battle. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
She is
doesn't
a
need to be
literal
free, but they
damsel in
still do their
distress.
thing,
which is
yeah.
kind of-
yeah, like she's very much like, I don't know. It is a weird balance because she enjoys being like, oh, people want to date me, but also like, she's also a little bit of an object throughout the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least she's not the
It
It
only.
was a different time.
She's not the
Corn was
only,
on the
like-
radio. It was a different place.
She's not the only woman girl character though. There's also that
Yeah.
other one that comes in like came in like the 3rd episode.
with the
Her
sick
name was like Matrix
yeah.
or something.
the
Yeah,
the
something like that.
raptor sniper Zoid. That was
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
She's a
The sniper,
where it
yeah.
looked like he was
Zoid.
pooping.
The fucking
Sniper,
tail
yeah.
snipe.
Yeah.
It just let me point my ass at you.
Yeah.
That was like that whole Zoid, because it's like it's a raptor and then it flips around and the tail turns into a gun, and I was like, that's so fucking cool. And then you looked at it from the top view and it looked like it was about to take a dump.
It
over
looks
the
like it's
Yeah.
shitting bullets at
and
them.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, actually, maybe this isn't cool, but I'll still, all right, do your thing, show, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, a little embarrassing. I enjoyed in that episode as well where they were talking about like the dude misses with his gun hella, and then it's like,
Yeah.
did he miss on purpose so that I would fall down the cliff so that it would be weaker because he shot it? And it's like, this is the kind of anime I live for, where it's like the main character might have a very serious plan, you know, very, very Trigun kind of energy.
Yeah, he also like in that same episode, he that the lady pilot of the raptor bot is being accosted by a couple ne'er-do-wells at the local watering hole, and the main character shows up, and accidentally kicks their asses. Like he's just holding a thing and like, oops, and kind of stumbles into it.
Oh yeah.
Like Jackie Chan's the fuck out of the
He's
out of
like,
two of them.
excuse me, and he like stomps on one of their feet.
Yeah. Like, he does all that stuff. And she's like, was that on purpose? And like, yeah, he's got sort of that like acts clueless but is secretly a badass type energy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that scene in the background, you know, when you're in a mall in an anime, there's stores in the back. There's one store that's just called Ball.
Yeah.
Ball. The other one was like Candy Crest or something.
Yeah, it was like
borderline English.
Koopa.
Yeah. But ball.
Ball.
They showed ball.
I love
multiple
fake
times.
McDonald's in anime are always
Oh,
different
yeah.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
McDonald's is a big one.
Yeah, the W one.
Yeah. Yeah. Ball was particularly good.
Ball.
It makes me it made me really hopeful that there was going to be like other background environments. Like they only really go to that one in the
Yeah.
first 6 episodes.
There's so very few scenes in the show that do not directly have to do with the upcoming Zoid battle. Like
Yeah.
there's very few times that we're like, oh, we're gonna go into town to get some supplies, or well, it's your day off, go have fun. You know, like we did not see any of that.
No
It's always
beach
just them
episode.
getting ready.
No beach episode.
Yeah, we talked about
And like,
beach
you know,
episodes.
honestly, I think that's a positive thing. Like it stays fairly focused on
Sure.
what you want, but
Mhm.
it's almost too much of a good thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Too much good stuff.
Yeah, it is really interesting that I was kind of like expecting that. Like I praised the first episode because like the battle happens in its entirety in that first episode, right? Like
Mhm.
it's not a 2-parter, but I really expected like episode like 5 and 6 to be a 2-parter or something. And I think that must just be like a more modern trope or something because like, yeah, 6 episodes, at least 6 battles, right? So if you're into this for like just the shonen action adventure, yeah, it's got you. It's not gonna like string you along. There's no recap in the beginning that's not like the opening theme song is just explaining how Zoid battles work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's never a recap. No,
Yeah.
It's just self-contained. Love that.
Yeah, I really dug that.
Gives you what you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
Now, would you say Zoids is the best show you've ever seen? Where does it lie on the scale?
Well, we can't get into that this month because our anniversary episode is coming around the corner.
Ooh.
We're gonna rate
Ooh.
every episode that we've watched this year.
Oh, shit.
Every episode or every show?
Every
Every
show,
show,
every show, not episode. I spoke
I was like,
completely
damn.
Oh, you're good.
yeah, so we're gonna do that soon. But I gotta say, this does rate pretty highly for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would like our last year's we did Kids on the Slope, which was like an excellent, really like
That's the
smart-
jazz one. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Maybe
Like-
the lowest view count of like any of our episodes.
Yeah, but that's just a
Yeah.
sign that it's a really smart and good show.
Yeah.
Strange
True.
ending.
What's that?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but
No, wait, what'd you say? What'd you say that?
I said that show has a really strange ending
Oh,
that will shock you.
it does.
Yeah.
fuck, I gotta finish it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the worst thing I could say about the show.
Stu, you'll
Uh,
love the ending.
Perfect. But like that's the thing that like worries me about Zoids because I'll spoil it here. I'm gonna keep watching for Zoids, and I was not expecting to say that.
Yeah.
And like I really expected to be like, but like positive going into this. But
Yeah.
like I think I'm gonna keep watching for Zoids, and that puts it in the running for this year's anime.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the one I'm gonna have to like fight you on at some point.
This is my Jujutsu
It's-
Kaisen of this season.
Oh, I was thinking it was your like. I mean, because X-Arm is orders of magnitude worse than Zoids, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was a really good bit. I really enjoyed
That was a
Zoids,
good
like
bit.
genuinely.
Bakari, do you have yours chosen?
I don't think so. I think I got to go back through the collection and see what we've got. Because yeah, I mean, one, we have like kind of half the sample size we did last time because we did the last anniversary episode we did that was for 2 years of Battle School Dropouts. This is only going to be like the one.
Okay.
But yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know if I have one that I'm like, this is going to be my number one.
Are you gonna recover? Because I was thinking we should have the previous season's winners go against this season's.
I have a thought for like the winner, like put Kids on the Slope. Did you want to do like top three?
How would you handle it if Zoids battled Kids in the Slope? Would you be okay? Like if you left,
I wouldn't be okay if Zoids won.
Yeah, would that be like the death of Battle School Dropouts?
Yeah, it might be.
They don't even play Art Blakey's Moanin'.
Yeah. There's like no jazz, dude. Oh no, there is some.
There's a little bit of jazz.
There was a surprising amount of
Actually,
saxophone in
now that you mention
Zoids.
it, yeah.
I kept being like, where is this yakety sax fit into
I
this
mean,
show?
really, when you think about it, Kids on the Slope is kind of a ripoff of Zoids. So
Yeah, now that when you put it in that
I gotta
way,
tell
you know.
for those of you listening, I'm not making a joke. There is weird amounts of sax in Zoids.
Yeah.
Like it comes out of left field.
yeah, but it's very much like just a step above like royalty free jazz.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's not exactly what you like. You'd have to pay $1 for this,
Right.
But like,
It's hold music.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how I'll react. I would have to look at the other ones too, but I'm rating very favorably on Zoids, and we can go around unless anybody else has anything else they want to say about Zoids. Give their final rating.
I don't have anything else to say. I think I said my piece.
Perfect. All right. Well, so I kind of gave it away, but our rating system is keep watching, and total garbage.
Only those three.
Only those three, unless you kind of do a weird in between or something.
Which is like every time we do a rating, it's probably that. Yeah.
But you can't do it, even though we do it every time. So let's go around. We'll start with let's go Charlie and then over to Ani. What are your guys' ratings for Zoid's New Century?
I'm a little biased because I did watch this one as a kid, and as a kid I kept watching, and as an adult I would have kept watching as well. So I'm gonna get a keep watching on this one.
Damn. Okay.
I think I've given every single anime I've been a guest on a keep watching.
Yeah, Hajime no Ippo for sure.
I actually did keep watching.
You did
You
keep
didn't?
watching that?
I fell off at some point, but
Ah.
I kept watching it for a while after we did that episode.
There's a
It was
lot
fun.
of
Yeah.
Ippo, and like as great as it
All
is,
good.
like yeah, it's kind of like
Tired.
there's only so many boxing matches in a row you
Yeah.
can watch before you want to start doing something else. you know?
I watched like 40 episodes, and I was like, I think I might be good.
Yeah, that was where I was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great in like bursts.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a difficult thing to like mainline the whole series.
Yeah.
It's a lot of episodes. It's like 100 something, 150 something like that.
Ani.
This was my first time watching it, and I'd have to give it a keep watching because
shit.
I don't know, like it's
High scores for Zoids.
yeah, it's just like a nice easy watch, and I feel like it's something that even if I'm like not giving it my full attention, I can just like turn it on and like draw or do something else and have it as like a background. It's very like comforting. So definitely keep watching for me.
Okay, I can dig it. All right, Bakari. Everybody's giving it a keep watching. If you give it anything different, you're in trouble.
You're
So-
so
fucking
anyway,
dead.
but not to bias you, not to listen. I'm
Tell
not
the
trying to
truth,
bias you. I'm not
Bakari.
trying to do anything like that.
Give your real perspective.
Yeah. No, I want you to be 100% honest.
I'll hold Stu back.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, yeah.
No. I would
Worried.
never do anything.
And then you can kick him without worrying about it.
My knee-jerk response is and the reason
What the fuck? How could you say that?
And
You're wrong.
The thing is, like, yeah, in a vacuum, like if I yeah, please hold him back.
Yeah.
He's scaring me.
Hold me back.
He's like, and I feel like I've said this about at least a couple of them, like probably the last couple animes we watched, but like if I had like the time to watch everything I would like to watch, then like yeah, I'd totally keep watching. But like, you know, right now I'm watching the latest Gundam series, and I'm watching Oshinoko, which is like
You're watching Gundam Utena.
yeah, Revolutionary Girl Gundam.
Yeah.
And yeah, also Oshinoko, which is like a currently airing thing, and like that's all I can really watch right now. You know, like that's all I really have capacity for, and I ain't gonna drop either of those for Zoids. So like, you know,
Wow.
literally, realistically, no, I'm not gonna keep watching it, but I would like, you know, if I had like wanted to throw something on in the background that was just like chilling and watch some robots fight, great, you know.
We didn't even review those episodes, and you're gonna watch them over Zoids New Century.
I mean, buddy, I just started watching the shit I said I'd keep watching on this podcast. I said, I'll totally keep watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and it took me over a year to even fucking watch episode 7.
Yeah, I mean that's the dark secret of this podcast is
We don't watch shit.
Yeah, if we don't watch a lot of shit. I think I've watched most of the keep watchings, but I had except for Hanasaku Iroha.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I love this show. This is great. And then I just like, oh, I could watch more. But like, I could watch more. I could rewatch that H Bomber guy Sherlock video for the 18th time.
It's a little tough with those slice of life shows, especially like something kind of as laid back as that and like episodic as that, because like with the lack of urgency, which is like, you know, by design, like it's supposed to be a relaxing show, but with like the lack of urgency, like it's difficult to get the viewer into the mindset of like, oh, I gotta watch the next episode. It's like, that was nice. I can go about my day now, you know?
Yeah.
Which is funny because it was at the time that it was airing, that was probably that was like a more appealing.
Oh yeah.
Like it was more relaxing because you were just, it was what was on TV and you didn't have to worry about having the context.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing with TV in general, how that's changed.
Very.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most shows that air nowadays are, you know, essentially long form movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's especially odd that like Netflix and shit, like these things that like people are going to binge have to have these like cliffhangers and whatnot,
Yeah.
and aren't more slice of life, you know?
Totally.
Everybody's leaning into Breaking Bad and all that.
Even the fucking game shows, like Physical 100 and stuff like that, like, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
Physical 100 is so good,
Physical
though.
100 is
It's
so
so
good.
good.
Okay,
Like,
so
oh
we've,
my god, it's
we've-
fucking rules.
we've all watched Physical 100.
I've-
Have you
Yeah.
talked about it on
Okay.
the podcast yet?
Okay, I just want to just to get real quick. Charlie, keep watching. Ani, keep watching. Me, keep watching. You're
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he said
to pick
total
one,
garbage.
I was
Yeah.
I
That's what
was
said actually.
I was gonna give you shit, but Physical 100, holy shit, guys.
Incredible.
So sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
very,
the
very,
real keep
very
watching.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I put that on and I was like, there's no way Bernadette will want to watch this. I was like, do you mind if I just have this on
Hooked.
while we're watching? And she was like,
Hooked.
hooked.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
It's so cool.
Have you guys made it to the sand episode where they have to build the bridge and move sand?
Yes.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
it.
That episode's insane.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
How much do you love the one guy who's like a baseball player who's just like the one white guy?
Oh,
That- for a
right.
while, there
He's
were
the
two white guys.
second
There were two
white
white
guy.
guys. Yeah,
I
but
know
one of
him.
them gets But you know the guy I'm talking about. His name's
Yeah.
like Roy or something.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, I'm Daniel, and
Yeah.
I'm here to.
'Cause there's one American white guy and there's one like
German.
Right.
Yeah,
There's like a
German.
German
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, I'm talking about the
Yeah.
American.
yeah.
Which is funny because he's like speaks English and then is dubbed over in Korean,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is amazing.
That always throws me. I first experienced that with like watching the World Cup. I was like, oh, okay, it's U.S. versus like Mexico or whatever. I was like, and like like a person from the U.S. team started speaking. I was like, finally, I can know what's going on. And he starts speaking, and then they dub it over in Spanish. I was like,
Fuck.
so close. Yeah, Physical 100. Holy shit! Go to Netflix. Speaking of shows that are
Yeah.
actually streaming,
Yeah.
Right now,
holy shit!
Very, very
show
good.
rules.
That sand bridge episode, like, I was on.
Oh,
edge.
that's what. When
Yeah.
you said sand, I wasn't sure what you meant. Yeah, the one where they're like moving the sand.
Yeah.
Up the stairs and across the
Mhm.
bridge.
Holy
And they have
shit.
to
So
build the
good.
bridge and everything. Yeah.
I was
That-
shocked during the
I-
episode.
I don't get super hyped during like reality shows for the most part.
Yeah.
That was like when I was watching my favorite sports team. Like, go.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted one of those teams to win in particular, and I was like, come on,
I
God.
love that it has a very like. Sorry to interrupt.
no, you're good.
I love that it has a very like Death Parade or like Squid Game style
Yes.
feel where it feels like these people are trapped against their will.
Yeah,
Well,
They never
100%.
say that, but
Yeah.
that's the vibe.
But it's also nice that you don't see any of them like get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I enjoy Squid Games. Squid Games should not exist in real life.
They're,
You
No,
know?
I agree.
they're
No death. I'm
The watching them destroy the bus.
I was gonna
is
say
so much.
they
Yeah.
effigy, essentially.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
And that's way cooler.
it does this insane thing too where it's like there's so many people on there, but somehow they manage to like get you attached to some of the people, but they all get like eliminated so fucking fast. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
how do I even have time to get attached to these people? But I keep finding myself when I see someone get eliminated that I didn't want to see get eliminated, and then I get all fucking bummed. And I'm like, I literally only watched them for like an episode long. Why am I sad right now that they're getting eliminated?
Getting
know?
you to care
Really-
about 100 people is like, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they've really like made a science out of like condensing like what you need to know about this person in order to give a shit about them. Like they just feed that to you instantly. Like this person, they're this many years old, and they do this, and this is why they're here. And then like you see them like say maybe 3 or 4 things to like get to know their personality a little bit, and it's like now I give a shit if you lose.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of these people have big personalities, whether
Totally.
they're like actually like loud and yelling, or whether they're like, oh, I'm refined and I'm gonna be like, oh, I care about the sport.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like in both of those cases, it's like it comes across really well in the show.
Totally.
Holy shit. Physical 100.
So good.
Why did we watch Zoids today?
Zoids was
Should have
pretty
just watched
good.
that.
Zoids was pretty good.
It was good.
Stu's like, I think we should have watched Physical 100.
Is that gonna win anime at the
Number one anime.
Best tournament
I think
arc.
those guys on Physical 100 could really beat up these kids on this slope.
Oh.
Yeah,
They
I
did a
would-
Physical 100, but it was based around playing jazz songs.
Yeah.
I feel
That
like
would really
they
do
could
it
fight
for
the
me.
Zoids one on one.
It would stress me out because it would be too close to like Whiplash. Yeah. Like Whiplash stressed me out on a level I didn't know I could be stressed out on. Where it's like, oh, well, I just play drums. I don't know anything about sheet music. And then like what's his ass starts yelling at them. I'm like, stop. Stop. They're
it.
drummers. They don't
Hurting
know.
my feeling.
The guy from Steely Dan's review of Whiplash is one of my favorites.
What's he say?
Oh, they ask him about it on a radio interview, and he goes, "Oh, what is this? Just a movie about a guy who's an asshole?"
Now, was this Dan or was this one of the other Steelies?
This was Dan.
Oh, I see.
He's the one who's always talking smack.
That makes sense.
My other favorite video of him is where somebody, what? He
I
like
was thinking, is there
shushes the
actually someone
audience or
named Dan
something.
in
He's
Steely Dan?
ridiculous. I think the other guy is dead. So
Oh, there was only 2.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
only 2.
Oh, yeah, he did die, huh?
Steely and Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steely and Dan.
So Steely died. Rest in peace.
Or Dan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rest in Dan.
Rest in Dan.
Or Rest in Steel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rest in Steel sounds pretty cool.
That
It
is pretty dope,
sounds
actually.
pretty sick.
Sounds
Yeah.
like something that would be on like Stallone's like headstone.
Oh,
Rest
fuck,
in
it
Steel.
would. Rest in Steel, and then they bury him in like a steel pyramid.
Yeah. I'm
Hell
sure his
yeah.
daughters would make sure of that.
There's a
the
Stallone
Bass
reality
Pro
show
Pyramid.
coming out soon.
No fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called The Family Stallone.
I'm very excited. I'm gonna watch that shit.
Did you say it was
so
a
bad.
reality show?
Like-
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about
like
his
a keeping
family,
up with
like his
Kardashians,
daughters
but
and
for the
stuff.
Stallones.
Yep.
Yeah, his
Wow.
daughters.
Holy shit, dude.
I just
check
can't
that
get
out.
over how crazy bad that title is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Family Stallone. Hey, so let's start wrapping up here. If you
Sure.
want to listen to all of us talk about the Family Stallones, you can donate us, I don't know, what, 50 grand? Yeah, give us 50 grand and
least.
we'll do an episode on the Family Stallones. I'm just
It's our first Patreon
I
goal.
know. Yeah, I don't think anybody will actually do it necessarily, but like if somebody does, anyways. So you can, if you want to see that, just give us 50 grand. That's you got 50 grand. You got that going on.
The show currently only has one sponsorship, and that's 4Kids. So
Yeah.
shout out
We
to them.
love- This is a 4Kids podcast. That's why there's been no cuss words.
Yep.
We've referred to Sailor Moon as Sarah.
Is she? Meatball Head.
Yeah,
I don't
Meatball
remember her
Head.
actual,
Yeah.
Like the first name.
That's-
Sarah, Serena.
Yep. Madoka Magica, more like just watch Sailor Moon instead. It doesn't exist.
Or Card Captors.
Yes. Yeah, that was
Sakura.
Yeah. They changed the 4Kids dub of Card Captor Sakura. They just called it Card Captors, and they like gussied up the theme song to make it appeal to like try to make it appeal to boys more. And it, I mean, it worked on me. I loved Card
I watched
Captors.
that.
same.
Yeah, I loved it.
Worked on this boy.
Yeah.
So
But I
On
do
this
like the
boy.
original theme song better. Like
I really like the
4Kids one.
little yellow, like I don't know what animal he was supposed to be.
Like a
Ryla
little
used to have
Beanie
a
Baby
plush
looking
of
fuck.
that.
That's great.
Ryla had a plush of that, and she had the whole card deck and the
Wow.
like staff.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
She was ready.
Oh, dude, yeah.
fuck, dude. I've never felt so inadequate on this podcast. Shit.
We watched an episode of Card Captor Sakura for the Christmas episode.
We watched the episode right before the Christmas episode because I fucked up. God damn it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing. It was like that wasn't very Christmassy at all. I
And-
guess it was winter time, maybe.
And then the next episode started and it was like Sakura's Christmas vacation or like fuck.
And then we didn't watch.
And then
that
we
one.
didn't
just
watch
moved on.
Anyways, if you enjoy this podcast, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on Podbean. We're on Spotify.
Mhm.
Battle School Dropouts. Battle School Dropouts. Battle School Dropouts.
BSD.
Follow us on Twitter
BSD.
at Battle School Pod.
Oh, Battle School Pod. Ooh,
Yeah.
you remembered. Okay,
That I
there
do.
you go. Let's go around the horn this way then. Charlie, what you got going on?
Got any plugs?
You got any plugs?
I'm just gonna hang out with you guys after this. It's gonna be a good time.
Perfect.
As always, you can find my music online at animealiens.bandcamp.com. I'm up to album 85, so
Congratulations,
Yeah.
that's going well.
making it happen.
Making it happen.
You said you were gonna hit 100 before 30.
Trying to.
You think you
I'm
got it?
28. I've got like 15 more to go. I think I can hit that number.
When's-
I think
your-
you got it.
When's your birthday, Charlie?
January.
January. Yeah.
Oh, you got
You
it.
got
Oh,
this.
I think
Oh,
I
for
got
sure
this.
you got
I'm
it.
slowing down a lot. I can only irk out like one a month at this point, but
Even if it's one a month, you still
Yeah.
got it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'll be
I think
good.
you're
We got
good.
plenty of time.
Hey, we did a music video together recently too.
That music
It was-
video is so beautiful.
It fucking rules.
He's probably not going to do it, so I'm just going to say it for him. You guys should really hit up Stu to do your graphic design, your music videos, anything. I'm not joking. He does a great job.
Indeed.
He's really good at what he does.
I'm really happy with how that music video came together. That was cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If get your grandpa to go on YouTube and type in Anime Aliens dash Peace and Death parentheses official music video on YouTube to see the music video that Stu edited.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast. I got Stu to hide me in exactly one frame of the music video. So good luck finding it.
Yeah. Try and figure that one out.
I'm gonna have to go frame by
Yeah.
frame
I
now.
have to watch this
Incredible.
very carefully.
Yeah.
Ani, what plugs you got going on?
I don't really got a lot going on. Lots of pending projects. Got to post in my letterbox more. Got thinking about starting a podcast of my own. That's still pending. I got to figure out what the fuck it'd even be about. And then still thinking about making my art Instagram into a tattoo Instagram and actually getting that off the ground and
What's the name of that art Instagram? Plug it.
it's called oops F underscore arted.
That's it.
That's great.
I'm currently just posting like my paintings and my photography on there. Some of them are for sale. But I'm actually kind of thinking of just like scrapping it all and just making it into a tattoo thing. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's again all pending. Lots of pending projects. But yeah, that's about it
I love
for
it.
me.
Hell yeah.
I'll put that Instagram in. If anything unpenned between this episode coming out, you let me know.
Sick. Yes.
Okay, I think that's everybody. Charlie plugged for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Twitter at Stew Designs.
There you go.
So there you go.
That's Stu Designs.
Well, that's the episode I think for this week.
Does Bakari have anything to plug?
I might.
Did I miss you?
You did miss me. I'll never forget.
Well, anyways,
such
that's
mistakes.
Yeah,
Miss me with that
episode.
stuff. Stu said, "Miss me with your plug, Bob."
Yeah.
I'm making sure Zoids.
He said,
gets
"This
a
is
lot
for
of
the
half the
eh."
anniversary
I've
episode.
heard enough plugs today. You're done.
That's our limit.
cutting you
No,
off.
no.
I got mine in, so you're good. All right, Bakari, what do you got going on?
You can follow my essentially defunct SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Octomammoth. You can see me tweet about Sonic the Hedgehog and other things at twitter.com/8mammoth. And I have an album coming out.
Yeah, you do.
I said it was going to
Yeah.
be by my birthday. Fuck, this episode probably won't come out by my birthday. So I think it's going to be, I think I'm setting the hard deadline as like June, like end of June. I'm hoping to have it out like on the waves and everything by the end of June.
Stoked to hear.
Stu also did the album art for that.
Hey.
Looks sick. Very excited about that. Hire Stu for your album art needs and such.
Yeah.
So you got 2 plugs. Look at you.
I got 2 plugs.
Look at you go.
That's why secretly I wanted to talk, so I could.
See, there
I
you
just
go.
wanted to gaslight you first.
It worked. Cut me deep. Yeah. What else do I? That's about it. Yeah.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm excited to hear this. Well, I'm excited for others to hear this album. I
Indeed.
may have gotten a sneak peek.
Indeed, he did. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's good. It's gonna be good.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's today's episode of Battle School Dropouts. Join us tomorrow where I'm more sober. That was not great.
Or jalopouts.
watch
Jalopouts.
Battle School jalopies.
Battle School Jalopies. Shut up. I only
The
had like
oldest
9.
cars.
I only had like 9 PBRs, guys. It's not a big deal. Yeah. No, we'll be here tomorrow, so subscribe.
Yep.
right.
Whatever tomorrow is.
Yeah, whatever tomorrow is.
Yeah.
Whatever tomorrow is for you.
Indeed.
Enjoy Zoids.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, good.
Hey there, it's Bakari. Just popping in to say we had to make some changes to our recording setup to accommodate all the guests this episode. And as a result, somehow we ran into some technical difficulties, and Ani and Charlie's voice track ended up all crackly for just the first few minutes. I believe it resolves around minutes, I think like 7.5 minutes into the episode. So if it bothers you a ton, you can just skip to that. We'll put a timestamp in the description or something. Otherwise, yeah, thanks so much for tuning in and enjoy.